3xy squared, and then that's all being squared. So what I'm going to do is going to multiply 3xy squared by itself. So I've got 3xy squared times by itself, so times by 3xy squared. Now those are all multiplied together, so I don't need to do any kind of foiling or anything like that. That only happens if there's two terms or more terms in the bracket, so if it's plus or minus in there, but there isn't. So I'm just going to multiply these. So 3 times 3 is going to give me 9. X times by x is going to give me x squared, and y squared times by y squared is going to give me y to the power 4. Next question. 14 divided by 2 is going to give me 7. X cubed divided by x gives me x squared, and y to the power 5 divided by y to the power 2 gives me y to the power 3. Question 3, I've got x squared minus 16. So we recognize this is the difference between two squares, as you did last week. So we're going to have x plus something, x minus something. So the x is going to create the squared, and then the plus and the minus is going to be what multiplies to give minus 16. And, oh, I didn't put a minus in there. X plus and x minus. So x plus 4, x minus 4. It's the same kind of deal here, except I need to get to 9x squared. So I'm going to need 3x plus and 3x minus, and here it's going to be 2. So I've got to get to minus 4. Question 5. If x equals 2, find the value of this. So I need to do 2 squared first. That's going to give me 4. Then I'm going to do the multiplication. So I've got 4 times by 4. So I got 16. So I've got 80 take away 16, and that's going to give me 64. Okay, if x equals minus 4, find the value of this. So I'm going to take my time to substitute in carefully here. So I've got minus 4, I've got 4 lots of minus 4 squared, plus 4 lots of minus 4, plus 1. So minus 4 squared is actually plus 16. And then I'm going to add 4 lots of minus 4 is going to be minus 16. And then I'm going to add 1. So I got 4 times by 16, which is 64. Take away 16 plus 1. 64, 54, 48 plus 1, 49. Question 7. If the nth term of a sequence is 5 times 2 to the n minus 1, find the second term. So it's just going to be 5 times by 2 to the 2 take away 1. So that's going to give me 5 times 2 to the power 1, which is 5 times 2, which is 10. This time I'm going to substitute 4 in because it's the 4th term. So I got 8 times by 4 to the 4 take away 1, which gives me 8 times by 4 to the power 3, which gives me 8 times by 4, 16, 64. 4 times by 8 times by 64, which is 512. Question 9. Estimate 0.74 squared times 98.2. So I need to round to one significant figure. So this is going to be 0.7 squared times by, to the nearest 10 here would be 100. So 0.7 squared is 0.49. Because 7 times 7 is 49, so 0.7 times 0.7 must be 0.49. And if I times that by 100, I'm going to get 49 as an estimate. If you put 50 then, or you round that to 50, I think that would be legitimate. Right, estimate this one. It's going to be 600 take away 300 divided by 0.5. that's going to be 300 over 0.5, which is 600. If I divide by half, it's the same as times by. Question 11, find the highest common factor of 55 and 33. It's pretty straightforward to see it. It's just going to be 11. You could do whatever method you might like, but it's quite obvious that one, I think, that it's 11. Let's have a look at this one, 27 and 45, lowest common multiple. So with this one, I might do a little bit of a decomposition here. Well, it's going to be 90. Yeah. So we could do our decomposition. So this is going to be 9 times by 3, 3 times by 3. All right, and 45 is going to be 9 times by 5 and 3 times by 3. So if we do our Venn diagram, we've got 2 3's in the middle, or 9, and then we've got, so this is for 27 and this is for 45. We've got an extra 3 there and an extra 5 there. So we've just got 9 times 5 times 3, which is 135. You could have done a listing method, I suppose. That would also be not too bad on that one. Right, question 13. X minus 4 squared. That's x minus 4 times by x minus 4, which is going to give me first, outer, inner, last, x squared minus 4x minus 4x plus 16, or x squared minus 8x plus 16. And question 14, same idea. 5x plus 3 squared is going to be 5x plus 3 times by itself, which is going to give me first, outer, inner, last. 25x squared plus 15x plus 15x plus 9, which is 25x squared plus 30x plus 9. Question 15. Express 0.000425 in standard form. What's happened? Well, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So 4.25 times 10 to the minus 5. And with this one, times 10 to the minus 3. So I'm going to rewrite this out, 6.01, and then just be careful. 1, 2, 3. Decimal point would be going. My decimal point would be going there. So I'm going to have.
No, you're wrong.
Oh yes, you're right. I went from the wrong place there. Thanks for people spotting this. I went from the 42.5 for some unknown reason. Should have gone from there. Not times 10 to the minus 5. It's 4.25 times 10 to the minus 4. This one here is going to be 0.00601. Question 17. A block has a mass of 400 grams and a volume of 100 centimeters cubed to calculate the density. Density equals mass divided by volume, so it's 400 over 100. I would like the correct unit here, please. So this is going to give me 4 grams per centimeter cubed. Question 18. A block has a mass of 5 grams and a density of 15 grams. Calculate the volume. So the volume is going to be equal to the mass divided by the density. So my volume here is going to be equal to my mass of 5 divided by my density of 15, which is going to be equal to 1/3 of a centimeter cubed. Make x the subject of this. Quite straightforward. What I'll do is I'll add x to both sides. I want it to be positive, so I got y plus x equals a, and I'm going to take away y from both sides. So I got x equals a minus y. Right, 2 parts here. The first thing is x squared here is being multiplied by all of a minus b, so I need to divide by all of a minus b. So both sides divided by a minus b. So I can write that as y over a minus b. I could keep the a minus b in brackets, but if it's all below the line, then I can leave it like that as well. Then I need to get to just x on its own, so I'm going to take the square root. So I've got x is equal to y over a minus b, and I've got the square root of that. All of that, the square root has to go over the whole thing.